Hi there, boys and girls. Now today in our literacy lesson we are going to be understanding alphabetical order. Now to be successful in today's lesson we're going to see if we can recall the alphabet in order. We're going to see if we can explain what alphabetical order means. We're going to see if we can sort words based on their first letter, and then we're going to see if we can sort words based on other letters within the word. So, to be able to do alphabetical order, we need to make sure that we understand and know the alphabet. Now I'm going to take you back really to reception and nursery. We're going to have a look at this rhyme, which is going to help you to work out what the order of the alphabet is.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, N, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs, 26 letters from A to Z.
Now you might think that it seems really babyish, but it's really going to help you to understand this next part of the task. So I'm going to have you look at these 5 names, and I want to see if you can work out what they would be in alphabetical order. Pause the video now so you can see the names, get a piece of paper and a pencil, and see if you can write down the order of those names in alphabetical order. Then we'll go through it together afterwards. Okay, so hopefully you've had some time to work it out for yourself what order they would go in alphabetical order. Now if you think about the alphabet, it starts with A. Are there any of those words that begin with A? No. So I keep going through the alphabet until I get to the first letter that I do encounter. B, C, D. Ah! This name begins with D. So I know that this one is going to go first alphabetically. So we'll move that over here. D, E. Aha! Ethan begins with E as well. So let's move that to the next one in the line. F, G, H, I, J. Julia begins with a J. K. Kira begins with a K. J, K, L, M, and Matthew begins with an M. So now I know that this should be the order of the names written in alphabetical order. Now that's quite simple. If you know your alphabet and you know that all of the words begin with different letters, organising it into alphabetical order, not that difficult. But this is a bit more challenging now. You'll notice that there are 5 words here, and you'll notice that 3 of the words all begin with the letter H. So we know that one of them's got to come first before the other 2, but how do we know which one comes first? Well, let's do the same as we did before. Let's work our way through the alphabet. So we've got A, B, C. The word castle begins with C, so castle's going to go first. D, E, F, G, H. That means these ones are going to come next. So let's put all 3 of these ones here. And we know that tower is going to go last, because that begins with the letter T, which is further down the alphabet. So now I need to work out which of these 3 words is going to come next alphabetically. In order to do that, I don't look at the first letter, I look at the second letter. So I know that it begins with H-U, H-O, H-O. O comes before U in the alphabet. So these 2 are going to go before the word hut. So I can put hut over here. Now what do I do? Because both of those begin with H-O. Well, I continue to look at the next letter in the word. So this one begins H-O-U, this one begins H-O-T. And I know that T comes before U in the alphabet. So hotel has got to go before house. Let's look at that one more time, just to make sure we understand. C comes before H, which comes before T. So we know that it goes C, H, T. Looking at the H words, we know that O, the second letter, comes before U. So these 2 have got to come before the word hut. And finally, T comes before U, which means that hotel has got to come before the word house. So the alphabetical order would go castle, hotel, house, hut, tower. I'm hoping that makes sense. If it didn't, just replay this bit of the video to see if you can make sure that you do understand how to sort these words into alphabetical order. Now for your task today, I'd like you to go back to DB Primary and download the 2 activities. Activity 1 is going to be sorting the words into alphabetical order based on their first letter. So it'll be quite simple, a bit like this task here. The second activity, I'd like to sort the words into alphabetical order where you might need to look at the second or even the third letter in the word. a bit like this activity here, where we had 3 words that all began with the same letter, and we had to work out which one came first, second and third out of those ones. There is a challenge activity right at the bottom as well, where there are 7 words that all begin with the same letter, and I want to see if you can organise those into the correct order. When you finish that, come back here and we'll have a look at our open self-assessment together. So, our objective today was to understand alphabetical order. What do you need to work on next? Do you need to work on actually recording the alphabet, maybe practicing that song that you should have learned in nursery reception? Do you need to explain what alphabetical order means? Do you need to know what we do to work out how words go in alphabetical order? Do you need to practice sorting words based on their first letter? Or do you need to practice sorting words into order based on other letters within the word? Hopefully today you've been able to understand alphabetical order a little bit more clearly, and remember to go back to that song if you really need to practice